I first met Wendy when I was an assistant city editor on the city desk, and she bounded up to me in her size 3 child sneakers. I mean, really, like children's nice size sneakers. And she seemed really hardworking and sweet, and I thought, what a sweet little reporter I have. I soon learned that Wendy used her pixie looks and her cute smile to disarm people, because when it came to a story, Wendy was a chihuahua on steroids. I'll give you a little example of how Wendy works. When she found out Thomas Trentino, who was New Jersey's most notorious cop killer, was going to get released on parole, she waited outside the prison starting at 2:30 in the morning so she'd be the first one to get him. He came out and sprinted towards Wendy's car, and he said, "I hear you're waiting for me." And she said, yes, I am. Get in.
I remember.
So he gets into her beat-up Honda, which I've driven in numerous times with the check engine light always on and traffic. And that's another story altogether, how Wendy drives. Like, she drives like an 85-year-old woman. And scares the shit out of me. But then she drove him, of all places. She said, "Well, get in," and she drives him back to her house. I mean, here he is, he's killed 2 cops, and she gets him in her car, takes him to her house. And the reason, because no other reporter could get him there. And she would have him all to herself. So what does Wendy give this cop killer? She gives him hot chocolate and Jell-O pudding snacks. And she starts pummeling him with questions, like all about why he killed these cops and what he was thinking and what was in his head while he's eating the Jell-O pudding snacks and sipping her hot chocolate. Well, her husband, Carl, who knew nothing of this, came home not knowing who Trentino was. And Trentino, was sitting in his living room all relaxed with his hot chocolate, and he admired Carl's paintings on the wall. They looked like Asian art. And he had no idea that he'd shot these 2 cops execution style and actually invited him to dinner. He didn't stay, but that's the point. And I learned from working with Wendy that when she wanted a document or something else really, really bad, that she was just, she was a master at it. She would say, this was her line, she'd say, "Okay, we can do it the hard way, or we can do it the easy way." Which really meant, it was like telling someone that you were going to amputate their leg, and you could say, "Okay, you can have anesthesia, or you can not have anesthesia. The leg's coming off." And then what would happen is he'd say, "Okay, well, give me the anesthesia. And so then they'd get the anesthesia, and Wendy would do her thing, and the guy would not only wake up with one leg gone, but both legs gone. I learned people are genuinely scared of Wendy, politicians, competing reporters, and I've learned that they really should be. And her mother.
Shut up, lady!
In fact, if I was the subject of a Wendy story and I knew I'd done something really bad, this is what I would do. In 24 hours, I would sell my house. I would go to the Caribbean. I would change my name and change my Social Security number. And the problem is she'd find me anyway. So I just hope that the NYPD is bracing itself. They should start shredding every document they have right now. And maybe that wouldn't even help, because I could see Wendy in a dumpster piecing together the shredded papers. So we know you'll kick ass in New York, and New York won't be the same again. And I just want to say, without getting emotional, that there are some people in your life who change it, and Wendy's one of them. She's that person. She made me a better reporter. She made me a better person. And I love you, Slicey. We all love you. And I only know to toast you one way, so get ready.
Oh.